Colleague, the Deputy Minister Jomo, MECs, thank you very much. Quite a lot of MECs are here, which emphasizes the extent to which our colleagues in the provinces take very seriously this Presidential Health Summit, which we'll be having over these 2 days. Our bosses from Parliament, because they are our bosses, we report to Parliament. So we're happy to have the chair of the committee, portfolio committee, and also members of the portfolio committee on health. Our partners, starting with the WHO, our country director, Dr. Kalua, other members from the UN family, other partners from various embassies who have also joined us. Of course, our other boss, the presidency, represented by Prof. Shisana from the executive side, all the partners in this journey, from the private sector, from labor movement, civil society, all other organizations which have been part of this journey from 2018 as we go through the second phase this morning. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Sanibonani, Dumela, Molweni, Khuyamore. It looks like your language vocabulary is very limited. Please be full South Africans. I've not even reached half of the 11 languages. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start by thanking the presidency and the president himself for holding health in a very high regard in terms of priority. Since President Ramaphosa assumed office in February 2018, on various occasions, whether it be in the State of the Nation, but also on every occasion, he has made a very clear commitment to holding health as a very high priority.
Welcome, Your Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa. Let's also welcome the Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Phaahla. Premier, we were with you yesterday. You are welcome, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Pillars, lead pillars who were assisting us as we were engaging yesterday and early this morning. Mr. President, I had the honor of being a co-chair of this summit. It has been very fruitful. It is work that we did together with Professor Gonda Perez. We really appreciate the work that you have done, Prof. Prof comes from the Faculty of Health Sciences in the University of Cape Town. The conversation that we had has been rich, frank, stimulating, and inspiring. Some of the discussions might not have been very welcomed, but we had them nonetheless because they were necessary for us to have them.
Minister of Health, Dr. Joe Phaahla, Deputy Minister of Health, Dr. Sibongiseni Dhlomo, Premier of Gauteng, Mr. Panyaza Lesufi, MECs of Health and other ministers who may also be here, traditional leaders here present, representatives of the healthcare fraternity, representatives of academia and the scientific community, representatives of the World Health Organization and other international health bodies, and representatives of business, of labor and civil society, delegates here in the room and those participating virtually, and all of you ladies and gentlemen. It's a real joy to be here, and thank you for welcoming me to my summit. Dr. Phaahla doesn't know that every day when I get home I'm always asked, how was your day? And I have to give an account of this and that, of course, not so much detail. but having attended this session now, when I get home, as a doctor by marriage, I'm going to be expected to know everything about all the pillars. So I was listening very intently, Professor Shisana, to your report, and I found it quite fascinating that so much work has been done, just as much work as was done after the very first presidential health summit. And I'd like to applaud you all for the incredible amount of work and with a tremendous amount of detail that has been reported here. And Dr. Shisana, thank you very much. You may well have helped me get my meal at home, because I will repeat everything that you said when I get home. It has been 4 years since the Presidential Health Compact was signed at the inaugural Presidential Health Summit, which was quite a milestone event in that we brought together so many people, people from government, business, labor, civil society, the health sector, health professionals, unions, and it's always is amazing to get to remember how many people were brought together to develop short and long-term solutions to challenges facing our country's health system.
President, our Premier, I have been tasked by the Minister to read the pledge. He said he wants all us as participants to bind ourselves to this pledge. He did not ask me to elevate the request for you to stand. It's your choice, President, because you have already made a very strong commitment here. But may I request those online and ourselves in the House to stand as I lead. I will read, coincidentally, is 10 points with the 10 pillars that we have just received. I will read the whole one sentence, and then we come and follow me. In the name of universal health coverage, I pledge to... In the name of universal health coverage, I pledge to... 1. Recognize and uphold the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, in particular Goal 3.8 on the attainment of universal health coverage. So I read and you say agreed? Yes. So, 2. Recognize and uphold the country statement made at the United Nations high-level discussion on the universal health coverage, which commits South Africa to realizing universal health coverage by 2030. 3. Keep my promise by honoring this pledge with tangible action that pursues the attainment of universal health coverage. Encourage constructive dialogue that contributes to a future where universal health coverage is a reality. Individually and through strategic partnerships, contribute to primary health care strengthening as a tool to realizing universal health coverage. Commit to the United Nations 2030 as a compass towards the attainment of universal health coverage. Respect, protect, promote, and fulfill the right to the health care for every South African citizen and every child as enshrined in Section 27 of our Constitution and adhere to our international treaty obligations. Leave no one behind the quest for universal health coverage. Become an advocate for universal health coverage within communities and create awareness of the benefits of the universal health coverage. Lastly, Uvuma, actively support the nation's health insurance bill and foster a culture of accountability as a rational means of attaining universal health coverage in South Africa.
Travel safe and enjoy your trip back home. Abangaqhamuki ngeGoli, we will enjoy ukuba seGoli. Okay, someone left their key. I will leave it with Dr. Anban.